Are you constantly worried about what others think of you? Do you find yourself held back by the fear of being judged? In this video, we delve into the profound teachings of Buddhism to help you overcome this fear and pave the way for a more peaceful and liberated mindset. Lesson 1. Understand the roots of your fear. Fear of being judged is a common human experience. It stems from our desire to be accepted and loved. This fear can hold us back from living our true potential. Buddhism teaches us that understanding the roots of our fears is the first step towards overcoming them. Our fears often come from past experiences or societal pressures. We worry about what others think because we believe it defines our worth. This is a misconception. Our true worth comes from within, not from external validation. Buddhism emphasizes the concept of impermanence. Everything in life is constantly changing. Our fears are no exception. They come and go like the tides. Recognizing this impermanence helps us see that our fears are not permanent fixtures. They are temporary states of mind that we can observe and let go. Mindfulness is a key practice in Buddhism. It involves being fully present in the moment without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we can observe our fears without getting caught up in them. We can see them for what they are, temporary thoughts and feelings. Compassion is another core teaching of Buddhism. Having compassion for ourselves means accepting our fears without judgment. It means understanding that everyone experiences fear and that it is a natural part of being human. When we approach our fears with compassion, we create a safe space for healing. We can then begin to explore the roots of our fears without feeling overwhelmed. This exploration is a journey of self-discovery. It involves looking deeply into our minds and hearts to understand what drives our fears. Often, our fear of being judged is rooted in a lack of self-acceptance. We fear judgment because we do not fully accept ourselves. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate self-acceptance through practices like meditation and self-reflection. When we accept ourselves fully, the opinions of others hold less power over us. We become more resilient and less affected by external judgments. This self-acceptance is not about ignoring our flaws but about embracing them as part of our journey. It is about seeing ourselves as works in progress, always growing and evolving. Understanding the roots of our fears also involves recognizing the role of our ego. The ego is the part of us that seeks validation and approval from others. It is the voice that tells us we are not good enough or that we need to prove ourselves. Buddhism teaches us to transcend the ego and connect with our true selves. Our true selves are not defined by external judgments but by our inner wisdom and compassion. When we connect with our true selves, we find a deeper sense of peace and contentment. We no longer need the approval of others to feel worthy. Understanding the roots of our fear of being judged is a profound journey of self-discovery. It involves recognizing the impermanence of our fears, practicing mindfulness and compassion, cultivating self-acceptance, and transcending the ego. Through these practices, we can begin to overcome our fears and live more authentically. Lesson 2. Embrace authenticity. Embracing authenticity is a central teaching in Buddhism. It means being true to ourselves, even in the face of judgment. Authenticity is about aligning our actions with our values and beliefs. It is about living in a way that reflects our true selves, not the expectations of others. When we embrace authenticity, we find a deeper sense of fulfillment and happiness. We no longer need to hide or pretend to be someone we are not. This authenticity is a powerful antidote to the fear of being judged. Buddhism teaches us that authenticity begins with self-awareness. We must first understand who we are and what we stand for. This involves looking deeply into our minds and hearts to discover our true values and beliefs. It is a journey of self-discovery that requires honesty and courage. We must be willing to face our fears and insecurities head-on. Only then can we truly embrace our authentic selves. Self-awareness is cultivated through practices like meditation and self-reflection. These practices help us quiet the mind and connect with our inner wisdom. Authenticity also involves letting go of the need for approval. We often fear judgment because we seek the approval of others. This need for approval can lead us to compromise our values and beliefs. It can cause us to act in ways that are not true to ourselves. Buddhism teaches us to let go of this need for approval and to find validation within ourselves. When we do this, we become more resilient and less affected by the judgments of others. We find a deeper sense of peace and contentment that comes from being true to ourselves. Embracing authenticity means being honest with ourselves and others. It means speaking our truth, even when it is difficult. Honesty is a core value in Buddhism. It is about being truthful in our words and actions. When we are honest, we build trust and integrity. We create a foundation of authenticity that supports our personal growth and well-being. Honesty also involves being truthful with ourselves about our fears and insecurities. It means acknowledging them and working to overcome them. Authenticity is also about embracing our uniqueness. Each of us has a unique set of strengths, talents, and experiences. Buddhism teaches us to celebrate these differences and to see them as gifts. When we embrace our uniqueness, we find a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. We no longer need to compare ourselves to others or seek their approval. We can simply be who we are and live in a way that reflects our true selves. This authenticity is a powerful source of happiness and fulfillment. Embracing authenticity is a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It involves cultivating self-awareness, letting go of the need for approval, being honest with ourselves and others, and embracing our uniqueness. Through these practices, we can overcome our fear of being judged and live more authentically. We can find a deeper sense of fulfillment and happiness that comes from being true to ourselves. Lesson 3: Reframe Judgment. Reframing judgment is a powerful practice in Buddhism. It involves changing our perspective on judgment and seeing it as an opportunity for growth. When we reframe judgment, we no longer see it as a threat but as a chance to learn and evolve. This shift in perspective can help us overcome our fear of being judged and live more freely. Buddhism teaches us that judgment is a natural part of human interaction. It is how we make sense of the world and form opinions. However, it is our attachment to these judgments that causes suffering. When we reframe judgment, we see it as a reflection of the other person's perceptions and experiences, not a reflection of our worth. We understand that everyone has their own lens through which they view the world. This lens is shaped by their upbringing, culture, and personal experiences. When someone judges us, it is often more about their own fears and insecurities than about us. By reframing judgment in this way, we can let go of the need to take it personally. We can see it as an opportunity to understand the other person better and to cultivate compassion. Buddhism teaches us to practice non-judgment. This means observing our thoughts and feelings without labeling them as good or bad. When we practice non-judgment, we create a space of acceptance and understanding. We can see judgment for what it is, a temporary state of mind that does not define us. This practice helps us overcome our fear of being judged by others. We no longer need to fear judgment because we understand that it is not a reflection of our true worth. Reframing judgment also involves cultivating empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. When we cultivate empathy, we can see judgment from the other person's perspective. We can understand their motivations and fears. This understanding helps us let go of our own fear of being judged. We see that judgment is a universal human experience, not a personal attack. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level and to build bridges of understanding. In Buddhism, the concept of interdependence is central. It means that everything in the universe is connected and interdependent. When we reframe judgment, we see it as part of this interconnected web. We understand that judgment is not an isolated event but a part of a larger whole. This perspective helps us let go of our fear of being judged. We see that judgment is just one aspect of our interconnected existence. It does not define us or limit our potential. Reframing judgment is a powerful practice that can help us overcome our fear of being judged. It involves seeing judgment as an opportunity for growth, practicing non-judgment, cultivating empathy, and understanding interdependence. Through these practices, we can let go of our fear of being judged and live more freely. We can see judgment as a natural part of human interaction and an opportunity to learn and evolve. Lesson 4. Focus on personal growth. Focusing on personal growth is a key teaching in Buddhism. It means prioritizing our own development and well-being over the opinions of others. When we focus on personal growth, we find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. We no longer need to seek validation from others because we are validating ourselves through our own efforts and achievements. This focus on personal growth is a powerful antidote to the fear of being judged. Buddhism teaches us that personal growth is a lifelong journey. It involves continuously learning, evolving, and improving ourselves. This journey is not about becoming perfect but about becoming the best version of ourselves. It is about embracing our strengths and weaknesses and using them as opportunities for growth. When we focus on personal growth, we find a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. We understand that our worth is not defined by external judgments but by our own efforts and achievements. Personal growth involves setting goals and working towards them. These goals can be related to our career, relationships, health, or spiritual development. When we set goals, we create a clear vision for our future. We have something to strive for and work towards. This focus on our goals helps us overcome our fear of being judged. We no longer need to seek the approval of others because we are focused on our own path and purpose. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of self-compassion in personal growth. Self-compassion means treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. It means acknowledging our efforts and achievements, even when they are small. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe space for growth and learning. We understand that mistakes and failures are part of the journey. They are opportunities to learn and improve, not reasons to judge ourselves harshly. Personal growth also involves cultivating resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges and setbacks. When we cultivate resilience, we become more adaptable and flexible. We can face challenges with courage and determination. This resilience helps us overcome our fear of being judged. We understand that judgment is just one of many challenges we will face on our journey. It does not define us or limit our potential. Focusing on personal growth is a powerful practice that can help us overcome our fear of being judged. It involves embracing the journey of personal development, setting goals, practicing self-compassion, and cultivating resilience. Through these practices, we can find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. We can let go of our fear of being judged and focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. Lesson 5. Build confidence through self-discovery. Building confidence through self-discovery is a fundamental teaching in Buddhism. It means exploring our inner selves to understand our strengths, weaknesses, and true potential. When we engage in self-discovery, we build a strong foundation of self-confidence. This confidence helps us overcome our fear of being judged. We no longer need to seek validation from others because we are secure in our own worth and abilities. Buddhism teaches us that self-discovery is a journey of exploration and understanding. It involves looking deeply into our minds and hearts to uncover our true selves. This journey is not about finding perfection but about accepting ourselves as we are. It is about embracing our strengths and weaknesses and using them as opportunities for growth. When we engage in self-discovery, we build a strong foundation of self-confidence. We understand that our worth is not defined by external judgments but by our own inner strength and wisdom. Self-discovery involves practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we can observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. We can see them for what they are, temporary states of mind that do not define us. This practice helps us build confidence by allowing us to understand ourselves better. We can see our strengths and weaknesses clearly and use them as opportunities for growth. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of self-acceptance in self-discovery. Self-acceptance means embracing ourselves fully, flaws and all. It means understanding that we are works in progress, always growing and evolving. When we practice self-acceptance, we build a strong foundation of self-confidence. We understand that our worth is not defined by our flaws but by our inner strength and resilience. This self-acceptance helps us overcome our fear of being judged. We no longer need to seek the approval of others because we are secure in our own worth and abilities. Self-discovery also involves cultivating self-awareness. Self-awareness means understanding our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It means recognizing our patterns and habits and how they affect our lives. When we cultivate self-awareness, we build a strong foundation of self-confidence. We understand our strengths and weaknesses and can use them to our advantage. This self-awareness helps us overcome our fear of being judged. We no longer need to seek validation from others because we are secure in our own understanding of ourselves. Building confidence through self-discovery is a powerful practice that can help us overcome our fear of being judged. It involves embracing the journey of self-exploration, practicing mindfulness, cultivating self-acceptance, and building self-awareness. Through these practices, we can build a strong foundation of self-confidence. We can let go of our fear of being judged and live more authentically. We can find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from understanding and accepting ourselves fully.